Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. It is 2:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this 18th day of March 2021. Taking a look at uh, the US dollar, Canadian dollar here, going through a little analysis on what it's doing. Um, Yesterday, the 3-week chart, we saw the candlestick pretty like straight up, almost Maribuzu, where it was just like straight down in black. um, and then this morning we saw a little bounce up, retraced the whole way, went further south, and ever since really this afternoon, New York session time, it's really rallied, and we're seeing a pretty nice shadow wick tail, whatever you want to call it, growing on the bottom there. And this is kind of just adding to that analysis that we've talked about yesterday, um, on how this is a very low risk, high reward trade setup on this pair. Um, I'm long on it currently, a lot and a half. Oh, it's actually showing on my screen here. Okay, that's fine. Um, and then look at the weekly candle. So that's what we have right here. The weekly candlestick. It is pretty nice looking. It's currently, this is a pretty normal hammer pattern. This is a very bullish candlestick if it shows up at the bottom of a trend, especially if the trend has been going on for a while, which it has. And we've seen some pretty strong buying pressure all throughout the afternoon, really pushing us all the way back up to. We just got back up to 125 even, so that's a pretty big deal. Now, if we look at the daily chart, gosh, that really retraced the entire move yesterday from the FOMC business and then some. This is the 5-minute chart, but I want to bring us up to the daily chart to see that candle. So this is a great example of what's known as a bullish engulfing candlestick, and I believe there's actually there's maybe I'm wrong, but if it's engulfing the bodies of the last 3 candles, I thought that that's a pattern in candlesticks, but maybe not. But the daily volume right now, I mean, this is the prime setup. Well, it's one of the big prime setups that you want if you want to be long. Why? Because you've got a lot of things going for you. First, you've got a very bullish candlestick, an engulfing candlestick. Now, it hasn't closed yet, all right? So it could turn negative. But for right now, it's very bullish, a very bullish candlestick. It's got another 2 hours and 20 minutes before it closes. It's a bullish engulfing candlestick. It shows up on the daily chart at the very bottom of a 365-day move. We see the volume today, at least in Oanda's data. That's my broker. The volume here has been pretty strong. Currently, it is the highest of the last, including today, the last 6 days. So that's pretty damn awesome. So you have a lot of things right here pointing to some really strong retracements that are going to occur. My initial profit target I'd be looking at is a return to the weekly Kijun-sen, which if this weekly candle closes, it might end up somewhere right around there. But that's where I'm currently looking for it at, somewhere around that 128.29 value area. And really, I'm going to add on any dip. So depending on where it closes today, if there's a 50 or greater pip move from the open of tomorrow's open, I'm going to add to the position. I think it's crazy to not want to do that because of how responsive we've seen this pair be today. So it's again, I mean, it's really strong on the daily chart. Take a look at the hourly. I mean, the hourly, this is awesome. This is an ideal Ichimoku breakout. Price lagging span breaking up above the cloud, the future cloud. We've got future span A and B pointing up. Conversion lines above the baseline. This is all the kinds of things you want to see if you want to be bullish. And then on the 4-hour chart, we see lagging span. It hasn't closed above the candlesticks yet, but it is trading above the candlesticks. this is kind of a big deal because the last 4-hour candle, we did close above the 4-hour Kijun-sen, something we haven't done since the 9th of this month. And the volume profile, let's take a look at that volume profile on the daily chart. The volume profile is really thin. Expect it to come all the way up to 127 at least before anything happens. It'll probably come up to 127, bank around here, maybe retrace, trail back up. But 127.35-ish is going to be an area of resistance. I've had this red line here for a number of weeks. If you guys remember this, it's been here for a while. Once it breaks above that, it'll probably skyrocket towards 130.160 because there's a low volume node, a volume trough in here that just is really, really, really empty, and it looks like we could just see it continue to drive higher here. So really nice looking daily candlestick so far. And I think we should look forward to it continuing to move. So anyways, y'all have a good rest of your trade day. Take care of yourselves. And from all of us here at Exchange Rates UK TV, please don't forget to like and subscribe.